I had no idea my father noted all the small things about you. He called last night to share them. It wasn't just a conversation. It was my father revealing how deeply he's come to care for you. I felt it last night, how my father's affection for you has grown without him even realizing it. My father called last night, and in that brief conversation, I realized how deeply you've touched him. He spoke of you like you were a cherished memory he's been holding on to without knowing. Last night, I heard a love in my father's voice that was more than fatherly. It was deeply human. My father's words about you last night stirred something inside me, like a truth I've always known but couldn't say. When my father spoke about you last night, I heard in his voice the kind of love I want to feel. He called me to talk about you, and in those moments, I realized just how much you've imprinted on him. The truth is, when my father talks about you, it's like he sees everything I've kept hidden in my heart. Last night, I heard my father talk about you with more passion than I've heard him speak of anything else. When my father called, his words weren't just about you. They were about a future he sees for you both. I had no idea how much my father cared for you until last night, when he spoke with so much care. He called last night, and the way he spoke about you, like you were the most important person in my world. My father spoke your name with so much reverence that I couldn't help but question why I've never done the same. Last night, my father's voice told me things about you I never noticed, but I'm starting to understand now. He talked about you like a beloved part of our world, and it made me realize how much you've touched us. My father called just to talk about you, and for the first time, I understood how deeply he feels for you. I never thought my father would care about you this much, but last night, his voice told me everything. My father's call wasn't just about me, it was about you, and the way he spoke showed how much he's watching over you. Last night, I realized something. My father sees you the way I see you, as someone irreplaceable. When my father talked about you, I realized he sees you in the same way I do, irreplaceable, unforgettable. I couldn't stop thinking about my father's words last night. They showed me how much you mean to him. My father never spoke so openly about anyone before, but last night he called just to tell me how much you mean. Last night I heard something new in my father's voice, something softer, more protective, more in love with you than I thought. He spoke of you as if you were a piece of our family's future, and in that moment, I realized it too. I never knew how much my father noticed until last night, when he called to say how deeply he cared about you. Last night, my father's voice cracked when he spoke of you. It was clear he has already given you a part of his heart. My father's call was unexpected, but his words about you left me with a truth I can't ignore. You matter to him. I've never heard my father speak so kindly about someone before. Last night, he spoke about you like you were a part of him. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. When he speaks of you, I realize how much you've quietly stolen his heart too. Last night, my father said your name like it was the answer to something unspoken between us. I never realized how much my father had come to care about you until he spoke about you with such tenderness. The way my father speaks of you now, it's like he's known all along that you were meant to be part of our story. When my father talks about you, he's not just talking about love, he's talking about a life shared. My father's words about you are a mirror to the love I never knew he could feel for you. I didn't know it until last night. My father is just as captivated by you as I am. Last night, my father's voice betrayed more affection for you than I ever expected him to have. When my father calls to talk about you, it's like he's talking about his own heart's truth. My father called last night and spoke about you like you were already family, and I felt it too. It hit me last night when my father spoke about you, that I'm not the only one who sees you like a gift. My father doesn't express himself often, but when he speaks about you, I know it's from the deepest part of him. When my father spoke about you last night, I realized something. I'm not the only one who's been touched by you. Last night, I heard my father's words like they were a confession. He cares about you more than I realized. My father's call wasn't just a conversation. It was a reminder of how deeply you've impacted both of our lives. When my father spoke about you last night, I understood why you mean so much to me. You're irreplaceable. My dear, my father saw in you what I still struggle to understand, how you captured my heart. He never speaks of anyone with such softness, but when he said your name, I felt his warmth. I didn't realize until last night he cares about you more than I thought anyone could. My father's voice trembled when he spoke about you, like he's been holding something inside for too long. When my father mentioned your name, I knew everything I've felt for you is exactly what he sees too. His love for me was always clear, but his love for you, that was something else entirely. Last night, I heard my father's voice crack as he spoke about you. It wasn't just talk, it was care. When he talks about you, it's like I'm hearing the quiet truth about how much you mean to him. My father's love for me was never questioned, but last night he showed me how deeply he's begun to love you. What you've done to me, you've also done to him. Made him worry, made him care, made him feel. Last night, I heard him speak about you as if you were his own. It was powerful, almost painful, the way my father spoke about you last night. He saw the good in you that sometimes I don't see in myself. My father's admiration for you is the one thing that stirs me, like a mystery I need to understand. When my father called last night, I couldn't help but realize you've left an impression deeper than I thought. I never realized how much my father noticed, but last night he spoke of you like you were family. His words about you last night hit me harder than I expected, like a reminder of everything I want to protect. Last night, my father saw the best in you. It felt like a moment of clarity I didn't know I needed. The things my father said about you last night are still echoing in my mind. He's right. You matter. I never knew what love looked like until I heard my father speak of you. My father's voice quivered when he spoke your name. It made me realize just how deep you've reached into his soul. You don't know it, but when my father called last night, he spoke of you like you were something sacred. It's strange hearing my father speak of you with so much reverence. You're the topic that makes him pause. Last night, my father's words about you left me wondering if I'm ready to see you through his eyes. When my father called, I could hear it in his voice. He's not just talking about you, he's caring for you. I wasn't prepared for the way my father's voice softened when he spoke your name. You're more important to him than I realized. The way my father said your name last night, like he knew something I've yet to figure out. There's something sacred in the way my father's voice changed when he spoke of you. My father doesn't speak about many people with such care, but you, he sees you. My father called last night just to talk about you. I had no idea how much of a mark you've left. The way my father talked about you last night, it was like hearing a hidden truth about my own heart. My father's words echoed in my mind. He's not just concerned for me, but for you as well. I never thought my father would care about you this much. But last night he spoke as if you were family. Last night, my father's voice softened when he said your name. It made me realize how deeply he feels for you. When my father called, he didn't just speak about you. He spoke about something he loves deeply. I could hear my father's heart in his words last night. He's been thinking about you more than I knew. When he spoke your name, I realized my father's admiration for you was something I hadn't fully grasped. Last night, my father's call was different. It wasn't just about me. It was about you and the effect you've had. When my father called last night, it wasn't just a casual chat. It was about you, and it hit me hard. He called to talk about you, and in that moment, I realized how much he sees you, how much he cares. My father spoke your name like it was a promise, one that he hopes will endure, just like his love for me. It struck me when my father called last night how much you've grown in his heart without even trying. There's a softness in my father's voice when he speaks about you. It's the kind of love that's impossible to ignore. Last night, he spoke your name with so much care. It made me wonder if I've been taking you for granted. My father noticed your absence before I did. He called last night to say he missed you. When he talks about you, it's like he knows what I haven't fully admitted to myself. I'm afraid to lose you. The way my father spoke about you last night was like hearing an unspoken truth I needed to face. I never knew my father cared this much about someone I love. It left me feeling torn between worlds. Last night, my father called me just to share how he sees you, like he's known all along what I haven't. When my father called last night, I didn't realize how much he had come to love you.